on some of those teams. Over towards Sunwing, as there it is. Production knows this is going to be one of the most important fights. It is going to be GG trying to pick up. They've already got the Zai, they got the Fireflies. The V2 comes on through. CJS immediately getting to find so much value. The F3 trying to connect as well. Rocket Comet onto the members of OUG's XXX, and it is just an absolute bloodbath coming through right now. Free, however, has already gone down. The Kurumi not going to be able to find that support, but unfortunately that enclosed space plus the toxic mushrooms just continuing to tank the health bars means that OUG have found out what happens when you challenge the resident MVPL champions on their home turf, and it is a very fast retreat to a Soul Altar for them.
Absolutely. It is. I think that it was actually extremely clever for them to try and challenge this as they were running the Zai. If you get the Zai ultimate online in that enclosed space, it just becomes extremely difficult to do anything whatsoever to counter it. As we all know, Zai is extremely obnoxious to deal with when you have weapons and armor. Imagine when you don't have weapons or armor. It's going to be that much more difficult. But we've gone on over to the northwest of Wreckage Plains here. JL up against XMF. JL having taken the first fight, the first reset, so to speak. XMF forced to teleport away to try and get that reset off, get the resurrection up on their teammate, but we've got the re-engage coming through. JL getting involved, getting in there. VVV forced to use that pillar, now dropping it down, going into the mech. TXJ having been taken down. Xiaowen literally on a pixel of health, tries to use that ice block to stay alive, but unfortunately not able to stay on their feet. But it looks as though XMF are going to be coming out on top of this fight. JL have lost 2 members. Now it's just VVV sat on top of the ship, trying to get as much value out of this Farrier mech as possible, denying that resurrection, buying time for the teammates to come in and try and get back in there. They're getting aggressive. The salty run back, ladies and gentlemen. We're seeing it here. But it looks as though XMF again are going to be able to teleport away. This is, I think, with that Wuchen teleport nerf. So they definitely knew where they teleported to. But I think they've decided not to continue the chase.
Which is much more loot dependent than XMF. That is the golden goose for them. They want to be able to loot up. They want to be able to have all of those resources to challenge and set themselves up for that first round of Yang, as we're going to see GGG now potentially going head-to-head with MVP, who are running that Tessa Viper Wuchen composition coming on through. GG not quite rising to the fight just yet. She are not going to be able to find the opening until now. Throws out that ultimate, does manage to tether onto one. CGS going to be utilizing that Zai F3 to get out immediately as the enchantment comes on through, but the Kurumi ultimate will be able to keep that Zai up and intact for now. And as a result, the tide is now going to swing over to GG's side, seeing that Zai ultimate being popped. The Witch and Teleport will be called in. However, remember, not only did they give it a beam, they also knowed the amount of distance that you can cover, and as a result, GG almost immediately are on top of MVP. Hong having to try and distance himself as the rest of his teammates look to find an establishment and keep GG's attention for their teammates to be able to heal. We're going to get the Matari ultimate coming through to reset all of those cooldowns, as well as the fact that the Tessa ultimate is able to catch the V1 connect. As CGS gets an absolutely huge parry, and now it's just going to be a game of numbers. GG managing to turn the tide with that Matari ultimate and all of the healing that it provides, living through that 3-second stun enchantment and just collapsing in on a team that, as we've seen, that Wuchen teleport nerf, it is so significant in terms of just not allowing you any room to breathe.
Absolutely. I would like to know, though, looking at the leaderboard, the dogs, the boys from EU, currently sitting at the top with 7 eliminations already. Just before that fight took place that we just got to watch, we saw them sitting on 4, but during that fight, they picked up another 3 kills, taking down XMF, I think it was. But now we're heading on over to the desert. HD and JDG scrapping it out. HD having picked themselves up not 1 but 2 Moonbanes. They have 1 Moonbane down on the field now, and I did also note that they had another one ready to go in their inventory, so they are definitely looking to try and fight this out. although they have already used some of their cooldowns. Chu Tiger still looking to get in there and try and lock them down here. Kiki now using that Yueishan ult preemptively, gonna try and create some space for his team. ZDI taking a lot of damage, uses that block, trying to get out of there, trying to buy some time, taken down extremely low. ZDI, can he make it out of here? Is there an armor swap anywhere nearby? I don't think there is, and Chu Tiger is actually going to be able to take him down with a quick musket shot. Kiki trying his best to buy as much time, buy as much space as possible. Looks as though he's managed to take one of these players down. Chu Tiger is down for the count for the moment. However, the Moonbane, again, as I mentioned before, they had another one in their back pocket. So they're going to be committing that one to try and make sure that they win this fight and come out on top. Especially considering that JDG, if they do go down here, they don't have their rebirths available. So they will be fully eliminated, but it looks as though they are doing extremely well regardless of the Moonbane. Simpson doing a great job of kiting these two players out. Still, just barely. Unfortunately, he does get taken down there. He did have his ultimate up, but unfortunately wasn't able to use it in time, and JDG are going to live to fight another day.
Oh,
but
here's HEX.
Over, Hex are on the run, it seems. OUG trying to chase them down. Hex have used all of their cooldowns. Are they going to be able to make it out alive?
I mean, XX have at least used a majority of their ultimates. They've only got Rico's mech currently open for business. As we can see, the grapples attempted to come on through. Squeaky going to be throwing out that fan, just trying to keep Zhao just isolated and zoned away so that Taki can start to chase up with those dual halberds. Throws out the charged R&B, huge chance clicks onto the Hardy, and he can't do anything. He can't hit the combo breaker because of the silence, and HEX have been able to pick up the first one. Hex now looking, Sachiko coming up onto the tree, shuts up the scale rush, tries to find the connection. That's Jun also falling to the wayside, and now it's just OUG's XX's Rico in hot retreat as Hex look to try and push onto this Farrier. Massive silence comes out from Sachiko. That F2 doing so much work. They do let Rico run. They do not want to overcommit. They know that it's open season on the map currently, as we heard the first Realm of Yang and see that it is going to be JLA versus Bowder, but huge plays coming out from the European troop. That puts them up to 9 kills and counting, Zunk. The problem for them is they're on a composition which does well early and then struggles into the mid. As Bowder and GLA now go toe-to-toe, Aramik going to be up for one of the teams, and I believe the other one is on that Siphon. As we can see, it is going to be Jianu coming in with the charged verticals on that fan. However, eats a huge hit of a charged vertical on those dual halberds right to the back, has to hop into the mech as a result, and it is actually a aero mech mirror as poor Jing can't get into cannon form in time. Jiamu is able to find all of the staggers necessary to keep Bowder's Jing in absolute pieces at the moment. Can't do anything with that Farrier ultimate to save his team. Jing forced to get out of the mech early, otherwise he risks losing his life, and he's being chased down currently by JL's Hattie, who is just trying to lock him down, knowing that he's going to be vulnerable. They will be able to pick him up, and this is now going to be JLA trying to live through. The next part of the ultimate circulation is going to be Bowder's Peak going down mid Yushan ultimate as well, and it is now just clean up, live through the Hardy ult coming on out. Xiaomu with the bow looking to try and do the damage necessary to ground him, to clip the bird's wings. As that Hardy makes him a little bit harder to nail down. The grapples are coming through, but unfortunately it doesn't stagger Hardy in his ultimate. The ultimate is now gone. This surely is just going to be cleanup right now. The F3 will be able to find the connection, and that is Bowder out for the count. JLA picking themselves up a Realm of Yang win.
Indeed, but we're moving on over to JDG and the other JL team. TXJ takes to the skies trying to chase down this Hardy who's literally 1 HP. TXJ, he's used his cube already. He's used the first ultimate. He's going to have to buy himself some time to get the second one up and running. A huge parry coming out from TXJ, though, being able to buy a little bit more time. But in the meantime, one of his teammates has been taken down, and so does he. Just gets absolutely exploded there. And then VVV in the 1 versus 3, unable to stay on his feet, just getting juggled by JDG. JDG taking their Realm of Yang win, securing themselves a golden Hengsword On top of that,